Okay, we dealing with Mother's Day. Now let's go into my check. I was shy. I had read it, but I had to stop at that time. I want to go over it again. Matthew 12, and we're going to read from 46 to 50. This is what he said. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. So they outside where he's speaking. They want to talk to him. His mother and his brethren, right? Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. He told him, I said, hey, your mother and your brother want to speak to you. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother? Who is my mother? And who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples, who was teaching the truth, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. Speaking loud. Listen to what he said. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. So what is he saying? That they wasn't doing the will of the Most High. Because he said, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, same as my brother and sister and mother. I'll give you another case scenario. Go to the book of Luke. Then you know that they was not doing the will of the Most High. Go to the book of Luke, 11th chapter, the 27th verse. Listen closely. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice. This woman lifted up her voice and said unto him, blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked. Honoring who? Mary, his mother. This is what he said. But he said, yeah, okay, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of the Most High and keep it. Can't get no clearer than that. He said, blessed are they that hear the word of the Most High and keep it. He said, yeah, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of the Most High and keep it. And when the people were gathered thick together, he began to say, this is an evil generation. They seek a sign, and there shall be no sign given it, but the sign of Jonas the prophet. For as Jonah was a sign unto the Ninevites, so shall also the Son of Man be to this generation. But what do you call him? An evil generation. What sign was that? Jonah was in the whale's mouth 3 days. He going to be in the ground. He going to be in the tomb 3 days. You see? That's the only sign he said he giving them. But he did more miracles if he put in all the books of the world. Couldn't contain all the miracles that he done. All the books in the world couldn't contain them. Look at Psalms 64 and 5. So people gotta want to know more. You have to desire to want to know more. Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. Like he says, the evil generation who was on the earth. They're the ones who said, crucify him, give us the murderer, Barabbas. Wicked Israelites. And the Romans crucified him. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately, laying traps for you privately. They say, who shall see them? They say, who's going to see us? See? Nobody see me. Remember the Most High said his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and the secret parts. So now go to Isaiah 47. They said, who seeth us, right? So they following the same tradition of the oppressor. Psalms Isaiah 47 and Isaiah 47 and 10. Isaiah 47 and 10. But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. So they trust in their wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Nobody see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, in your mind, I am, and none else beside me. And they saying they I am, and nobody beside me. Now when you go to Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, say, thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Look what they're saying. As the kingdom was coming to the Israelites, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, this is what they're going to say. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness. It says, but thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. They're going to say, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction, destroying everywhere we go. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, we have not known it. There it is. As for the way of the Most High, they're going to say, we have not known it. But you're going to follow what it is that they set up for you to follow? You better ask somebody. You better do some deep inquiring, because I don't think you're going to like what the judgment is if you don't change and really come back to this word of the Most High in truth and righteousness. Look at, go to Job, the 24th chapter. Verse 13. Job 24 and 13. They are of those that rebel against the light. You hear that? They are of those that rebel against the light, against the laws of the Most High, against the Mashiach Yahushua. So I say, that's why they say, as for the way of the Most High, as for the way of Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. They are those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof. Like it says, for the way of the Most High, we have not known it. They know not the way thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. Mashiach said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I'm the way to show you how to follow the truth, which is the laws of the Most High. That's going to lead to everlasting life, point blank. No man coming to the Father but by him. But what have they said? They have said, what have they said? You can't deny it. I mean, Isaiah, all these Bibles that I've seen, I have had the so-called white man's picture in it. Isaiah 47 and 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, not knowing that the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and even the secret things. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, said in thy mind, I am, and none else beside me. Who said that? Last I looked, you know I got to bring him out again. They said, I am, and none else beside me, right? So, let's see if that's true. They say they are Mashiach Yahushua. They say they're the Most High. They say they are Mashiach Yahushua. But I know we can go to St. John 8:53. They ask the Mashiach Yahushua a question. Look. St. John 8:53. They asked him a question. They said, art thou greater than our father Abraham? Talking to him, Mashiach Yahushua, the Israelites, which is dead, and the prophets are dead. Who maketh thou thyself? Who you think you are? That's what they asked. You know who we are. Who you think you are? He answered them in verse 58. Mashiach Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, truly, truly, I said to you, before Abraham was, I am. I am. Now you can't deny that. They said, I am, and none else beside me. So that's what they said. The Mashiach Yahushua said, they said, I am. He said, he's I am. Right? That's why you look at 1 Maccabees 3:48. And laid open the book of the law. They laid open this Bible, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. They did this, and here you are following their pagan holidays. Heathens, they opened up the Bible, whereas the heathens sought to paint the likeness of their images. There it is. Open up the Bible, wherein the heathens sought, see it say Holy Bible, heathens sought to paint the likeness of their images. Right there. In the Bible, for all to see. They said, I am. They say they I am. And none else beside me, right? Let's see. Picture worth 1,000 words, right? And this is who you following as you are. There he is right there. I am, and none but me, right? There it is right there. There he is right there. Little boy, 12 years old, right? In the Bible, their pictures. Open up the heathen, open up the Bible, whereas they thought to paint the likeness of their image. There he is. When he got grown, he turned into a brunette. But that's still them. Can't deny that. That's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Can't deny it. So, he said before Abraham was, I am. Same I am we read in Exodus 3:14. John 8:59. Then took they up stones to cast at him. But Mashiach hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. They wanted to kill him. That's what he had to go through. Isaiah 29:15. See, we are real. I mean, when you look at us, boy, man, I pray that we'll change before it's too late. Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Most High. Nobody see me, right? Woe, destruction unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Most High, and their works are in the dark. They think nobody see them because their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? See, like they said, who seeth us? And who knoweth us? See? Working to have their works in the dark. Isaiah 5:20. Isaiah 5:20. Destruction unto you. Most I see everything. Isaiah 5:20. And when he come to visit you, he already said what he gonna do. Woe, destruction unto them that call evil good. Mother's Day is evil, but you call it good. And good evil. This is good. Learning that it's a pagan holiday. Has nothing to do with us. Or you could be going to the Bible and show me this is where we celebrated Mother's Day, this day, that day, that day, that day, that day, this year, that year. If you can't, then you know it's evil. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. That put darkness for light. They put darkness for light. Darkness. Mother's Day is darkness. Ignorance, not knowing. You do know if you hear this lesson. You're trying to make that light. So show me in the law where we did that. Because the light is the law, so the Most High. He said, woe to you that put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. See? Verse 23. Which justify the wicked for reward. And that's all they do is making money. You see on the streets, they selling everything you can think of. In the stores. Like you said, they making all kind of money. You look at the first lesson, number 1 that I did, it tells you about the profit that they're making from this wicked holiday. Which justify the wicked for reward. Justify the wicked. You justify the fact that they the ones that created it and they're making money off of it. And take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble. You know how tumbleweed is. You throw a match on this. That's what he's talking about. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, and the flame consumeth the shaft, so their root shall be as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Most High power of hosts. Now you know that's happening right now. They have cast away the law of the Most High Power of hosts and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. You hearing it. You accept it or you don't accept it. Therefore is the anger of the Most High kindled against his people, and he hath stretched forth his hand against them, and have smitten them, and the hills did tremble, and their carcasses, that's their dead bodies, were torn in the midst of the streets. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. What is it going to take for us to really realize this is so important? Go to 2nd Ezra 8. I'm just about finished. Go to 2nd Ezra 8 and 56. 2nd Ezra 8 and 56. But when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Telling you, for when they had taken liberty, you got liberty to do what's right or do what's wrong. They despise the Most High. It ain't me you despise for as a messenger. You despise the Most High, because he let you know that Mother's Day is dealing with idolatry. They despised, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Forsook his ways. And said in their heart, whether you say it or not, in your mind. This is what you're doing when you honoring something that's contrary to him. And his name is jealous. That there is no power. Yeah. And that knowing they must die. Can't get no clearer than that. Because either you're going to hear what the Most High say, do what he say do, or that's the judgment. Go to 2nd Ezra 14, verse 13. Now therefore, set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Tell them what's right. Reprove them from what they're doing that's wrong. Reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble. And now renounce corruption. That's what he told us. That's why I'm bringing forth and let you know what time it is as far as Mother's Day. Because it's corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts. See, let go from you mortal thoughts. The way you think, the way you feel. Cast away the burdens of men, the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature. See, it's a weak nature. They say, oh no, I got to fall in with everybody else. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and cast thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Hear that? You say, haste thee to flee from these times. Ezra was like, woe is me, who's going to deliver me in these days? When he heard all these prophecies coming to him. More so than what the Most High gave Moses. He gave Ezra 204 books. 124 books was not delivered to everyone. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Hear that? That's to us. In our time. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Evil's going to increase on them that dwell on this earth, that's following these pagan days and doing the things that the Most High hate. For the truth is fled far away. Hear that? You hear the truth, but the truth is fled far away because you can't see, you're blind. You can't hear because you're deaf. He said, for the truth is fled far away. You know what the truth is? Psalms 119, 142. Let's sing it together. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. It say, the law of the Most High, for the truth is fled far away. The laws of the Most High fled far away. You charge you not under the law. And get an attitude when you tell you that you are. And at least it is hard at hand. For now hastens the vision to come, which thou hast seen. Then answered I before thee and said, behold, Master, I will go, as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. I'm going to reprove the people in this life, in Ezra's life, when he was living, that are present. But they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Like we here, I'm here to admonish you. And many men in these last days are here to admonish you according to thus say the Most High. Thus the world is set in darkness. Hear that? That's where we at. The world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. That's why we got to be the light shining bright. You that hear my voice and hear this word of the Most High. For thy law is burnt. Hear that? For the law is burnt. Therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee, or the works that shall begin. But if I have found grace before thee, send the Holy Spirit into me, and I shall write all that has been done in the world since the beginning, which were written in thy law, that men may find thy path, and that they which will live in the latter days, which we're living in the last days, may live. And he answered me, saying, go thy way, gather the people together, and say unto them that they seek thee not for 40 days. They don't seek him for 40 days. 4 is the number of mercy. For 40 days. But look, thou prepare thee many box trees, and take with thee Syria, Debria, Selimia, Echonas, and Asil, these 5, which are ready to write swiftly. Ready to write swiftly. And come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in thine ear. In thine heart, Salakia. In thy mind, which shall not be put out, till the things be performed which thou shalt begin to write. So you're going to put the spirit in Ezra, that he's not going to be able to stop bringing forth the Most High Spirit, and they're going to, these scribes, the minute he's going to get, going to be scribing. And when thou hast done, some things shalt thou publish, and some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise. Tomorrow this hour shalt thou begin to write. See, some things going to show secretly to the wise. That's why people are not really getting this. Because remember, you already said, we'd heard it over and over again. The eyes that they cannot see, and the ears that they cannot hear. Then went I forth, as he commanded, and gathered all the people together, and said, hear these words, O Israel. Our fathers at the beginning were strangers in Egypt, from whence they were delivered. Okay, all 12 tribes went into Egyptian captivity, and we was delivered. Moses delivered us through the power of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, as an angel of the Most High, Spirit of the Most High, and received the law of life. Hear that? Received the law of life, which they kept not, which we didn't keep, which ye also have transgressed after them. Until this day, I could say, we have transgressed the law until this day. Then was the land, even the land of Sion, parted among you by lot. Gave every one of the tribes their lands. But your fathers and ye yourselves have done unrighteousness and have not kept the ways which the highest commanded you, keeping his laws. Did not keep them. And for as much as he is righteous, he is a righteous judge, he took from you in time the thing that he had given you. That was the land. And now are ye here, and your brethren among you in captivity. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding, stop thinking the way you want to think, and reform your hearts, reform your minds, and the way you think, you shall be kept alive. You have a choice to live. And after death, ye shall obtain mercy. You hear that? So some people are going to obtain mercy after death. You hear this? And after death, ye shall obtain mercy. It's not getting something you do deserve. You got to change though. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the unrighteous shall be declared. The righteous is going to be manifest, and the works of the unrighteous are going to be declared. Let no man therefore come unto me now, nor seek after me these 40 days. So he was told, 40 days. 4 is the number of mercy. So I took the 5 men, as he commanded me, and we went into the field, and remained there. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Ezra, open thy mouth, and drink that I give thee to drink. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full of it, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. See, it was like water, but the color of it was like fire, he's saying. And I took it and drank. And when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast. For my spirit strengthened my memory. So his mind started to remember everything that he was being taught. This water like fire, he had to drink. I mean, can you imagine that? It's fire. He didn't even concerned about his lips and his mouth just burning up. He drank it. And my mouth was open and shut no more. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. 40 days. As for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. So he's speaking 40 days. He said, as for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. See, I wasn't even quiet at night. Still speaking. In 40 days, they wrote 204 books. 204 books. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. But keep the 70 last. He said, keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spirit of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. And I did so. So that right there let you know he don't want everybody to get this. This ain't for everyone. He said, withhold it. He said, but keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spirit of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. And I did so. So it let you know that this is not for everybody. Look at 2 Ezra 15 to 24. You say, woe, which means destruction, to them that sin, and transgress the Most High's laws, break the Most High's laws, and keep not my commandments, screaming at you, said the Most High. So you have a choice. You have a choice. Because in the end, look at Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. This is what it's going to be about. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High. You heard what he said he's going to do. Fear the Most High. And keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. It's the whole duty of man. To fear the Most High and keep his commandments. It's the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment. So all of you that's thinking it's okay, to honor the Queen of Heaven, Semiramis, Diana, and all these other deities. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing. Everything you think you're doing and nobody see you too. Most High see you. Whether it be good or whether it be evil. So whether you've done the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, or whether you've done something that's contrary to the law, statutes of the Most High, we're supposed to be light shining bright amongst those that don't see. We can be examples of this is how it's supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to be. If they could change. Otherwise, how you going to be locked into what someone else is doing that don't know? And you're supposed to be the light shining bright that they're supposed to follow. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. For we must all, every last one of us, appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach Yahushua. Meaning he's going to be there to judge. That everyone may receive the things done in this body. You have your free will to choose life or death. That's it. While you have these mortal bodies, while we're in these mortal bodies, you're going to meet the judgment seat of Mashiach Yahushua, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. See that? Knowing therefore the terror of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Don't sound like no love to me. Knowing therefore the terror of the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua. We persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and our trust also are made manifest in your consciousness, the way you think now. Go to Revelations 22. Or Revelation 20, Salaki. Revelation 20. And verse 12. Revelation 20 and 12. Well, let's read Revelation 20 and 6 first. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. Of such the second death has no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of Mashiach Yahushua, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Okay? So now, verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High Mashiach Yahushua, and the books were open. These are books that everything we do and think and say are being written in these books. And another book was open. This is another book. This is a separate book, which is the book of life, the book of everlasting life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. So you kept the laws of the Most High, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. You didn't follow the pagan holidays like Mother's Day, as we have this topic today. You're going to be judged according to your works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it. And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. So death and hell got to deliver up the dead that's in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works, to the things that you have done. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So that's why we're working to be in this first resurrection, where it says the second death has no power. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Listen, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. And that's what this is all about. If you're not found written in the book of life, you're going to be cast into the lake of fire. So it behooves you to try your best to do what's right in the eyes of the Most High. Or you will be cast into the lake of fire. So your name can be written in the book of life. This is not something that you could take lightly, or hang the Bible and you go through all this here and explain all this here. It's a book of life. You should be able to go in here and deal with that, because how do you know the Most High? Unless you're going to follow what it is, the precepts of men. And these people draw near me with their mouth, but their mind is far from me, he's saying. That's you? You got to study to show yourself approval to the Most High. You got to know his word. This is what he left here for us. This is all we have to go by. So I hope that this reached out to someone that needs to hear it, because Most High wish that no one would perish. But if you do the things that are wrong and he's looking at you, how do you pull away the wrath for the Most High? If you do what's right, you change, and the angels they're gonna be rejoicing in heaven, because you changed and you're gonna do what's right. He thought enough of us to show you this. I hope there will be a change. If not, then still the Most High be with you. I'm out. Shalom.